Hey guys, and welcome to the legendary Tzeentch is Laughing at Us tournament. This is an Autogen best of one in the same format as our traditional one build battle royale. You're given a build and you use that build for the duration of the tournament, but with a twist. This time you're given a random faction and a random build, and you just have to rock it. Some of the builds are ridiculously bad, others ridiculously strange, but all of them very, very fun. And up first we have Ice Power versus Bowmore. So we're going to be going through all the quarterfinals, both semifinals and the finals, and we have a stacked set of players. But we're getting into the bracket just after this first battle, as it looks like the guys are all ready to go, and they are now loaded in, and we have the Elves versus the Dwarfs. Now, for the most part, I think Dwarfs are actually very powerful in one build battle royale tournament style of play, but also in Autogen, they can be relatively solid. A lot of their units have good utility, and Elves, they're a little bit more hit and miss. But again, these guys can't prepare their builds to deal with each other. They just have to go. Is the Lizardman DLC actually confirmed? Because I hope it is. I know there's a big skull announcement. Tzeentch is truly laughing at me, as I'm assuming lots of our viewers will get dragged away. But don't worry, we will cover all the Skull Thrones announcements. Basically, Games Workshop announcing kind of like a Marvel announcement, right? They're going to be telling everyone about all of their games, not just Warhammer though, Total War Warhammer, but there's a load of games they've got coming out and a load of secrets and all that good stuff. And yeah, that's going to be coming out over the next week, I believe. And there's an announcement today. I don't know what the DLC is. I don't know what stuff is. I'm guessing that people are telling me Beastmen in July, Lizardmen confirmed. I have no idea if any of this is true. We will check it out after this first battle. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in regardless of all the other stuff going on today. And enjoying this, because honestly, it's going to be an absolute crazy tournament. So for the force of Ice Power in his front battle line, we have Blade Singers, Wildwood Rangers, and Eternal Guard. So honestly, not too shabby for Autogen as far as front lines go. I'm actually still in this tournament, and my front line is abysmal. We have triple gold chevron Treekin. Oh yes, the boys. The boy triple gold Treekin is madness. Spellsinger Shadows up in the sky, coming in with Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and Melkoff's Mystifying Miasma. And we have Orion down on the ground. We do have some Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, it would seem no basic ones in fact, and triple Glade Riders. These guys are chevroned up. The Wood Elves disagreeing with the doctrine set down by Obi-Wan Kenobi and taking the low ground instead of the high ground. For the Dwarfs and Bowmore, we have double cannon here in the back line. Certainly can beeline for Orion, do some good damage to him. We have Giant Slayers, a Master Engineer. We have Ironbreakers as well in the back line with Hammerers. Oh my god, that's so powerful. Dwarf Warriors in the front lines, chevroned up by it seems though, and a lot of chevrons across the board to be honest. We do have double Iron Drakes, both of them are the Flamethrower variety, going to be looking to bring the pain and burn the enemy, and one Trollhammer Torpedo in that central pocket. And leading the forces is the glorious, the beautiful, the vengeful Belagar Iron Hammer, coming in with his Oathstone and Revenge Incarnate. Now one of the really funny things about this tournament is it forces players to play completely different to how they normally would, because you get given a build and you don't get to design it. You also have to play factions that you are not used to. Later on today, we have Flying Taco bringing Dwarfs as well, and it's going to be so fun. I'm so hyped for this entire tournament. But yeah, we've got a load of good players making it through, and some players I think who are going to be making their debuts on stream. Very exciting stuff. But yes. So getting away rather quickly, cannons will be realigning to bring the pain. Spellsinger Shadows should be able to juke relatively effectively though, and Pendulums could be really nasty here. They definitely need to go down on those Iron Breakers. The first initial cannon shots do miss the Spellsinger, just giving him a little bit of a fright. A few of these other units won't simply be able to dodge, such as Treekin, but it looks like for the most part Ice Power does want to kite the initial stages, which makes sense. He wants to make use of his Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards and his basic Deepwood Scouts. Swift Shiver Shards do magic damage, so yeah, not going to have a good day here whatsoever. They are aiming at the Iron Drakes, who have 125 armor, and you can see those shots basically doing nothing. The Iron Drakes laughing in the faces of the Wood Elves. Cannons are turning around to shoot. Giant Slayers pushing on some Sisters of the Fawn. It looks like a lot of the different units for Wood Elves were kind of hidden from view at the start. Sisters of the Fawn can easily kite this all day, but they cannot kite against a cannon. A shot rips through. Only killing one model though, which is a little bit fortunate there for the Sisters of the Fawn, who did get caught out. They're now being pushed wide. More cannon shots do come in, and that is better connection. The Dwarvish accuracy proven strong once again. Sisters of the Fawn getting obliterated. Not before doing decent damage to the Giant Slayers, however. Ironbreaker's going to be falling back. The Iron Drakes are under consistent pressure now from Deepwood Scouts, but the Swiftshield Shards get a little bit too close, and look at that retaliation from the Iron Drakes doing some massive damage, and the Wood Elves realise this kite game isn't going to work. We're going to have to push up there, get in there, and do the dirty business ourselves. Looks like the guys just saying good luck, have fun. Always good to see good sportsmanship. Sisters of Thorn are poking down the Giant Slayers still. A really good target because Giant Slayers are going to be a problem for Orion and the Treekin. Now, Treekin won't do much damage, and this could be a much worse Wood Elf build for this matchup. They don't have huge amounts of magic damage. Oh no, Orion bathing in fire. Down to 3,400 health, but of course he does have the Cloak of Isha, so he can come back up. Belagar looking to engage in hand-to-hand combat. Horn of the Wild Hunt has been popped, but with all this fire pressure coming in, I think this is a mistake from Orion engaging like this. Miners have done decent damage to Wildwood Rangers. Blasting Charge going off into the Blade Singers. A beautiful pendulum coming down here by Ice Power. On to the Iron Breakers, doing some good work, but Orion, he got too pumped up. He really did believe he was Mel Gibson here, and he gets finished off. Ring does come down on the Wild Rangers, roasting them. Dwarfs taking early dominance here, although the poor little Giant Slayers are just getting bullied. This is not the way to die as a Slayer. Deepwood Scouts, Glade Guard, Sisters of Thorn, rain and fire down upon them, and the cannons don't have that much protection. Glade Riders have swarmed now the Iron Drakes in the back line. Treekin still going strong, though Iron Drakes have turned their wrath and fury in that direction. Hammerers are doing what their name would suggest, and hammering the absolute crap out of these Eternal Guard. Dwarf Warriors and Weapons doing a solid job as well. Iron Drakes continue to focus fire down the Wildwood Rangers. Minus a Blasting Charges getting some decent shots. A lovely curse comes down by Ice Power onto the Dwarfs. You can see the cannons are now being overwhelmed. Good micro by the Wood Elves so far in what is definitely a tough matchup and tough build-up as well against these guys. Treekin desperately fighting on. The Archer Corps is still alive and active, trying to focus down key targets, but it would seem one of the cannons is still firing, now doing some pretty decent damage to that Spellslinger of Shadows. But good micromanagement with the Skirmish Cavalry has allowed the Glade Raiders to hop on top of the cannon, butchering the poor little stunties as they go down here. Look at them, no, save us. And it looks like the Moss Engineer is attempting to save them, but it's not going too good. Instead, they're going to be bathed in friendly fire. Iron Drakes, basically modern day Skaven, doing some good damage to the Glade Riders, but now themselves going to get overrun and swarmed. I'd love to see a rear attack coming into these Dwarf Warriors in the rear to break them, free up the Eternal Guard, and allow them to continue to push into the back line, because though it was a bad start for the Elves, they've got off a lot of key targets. Now there's just a lot of range, and you can just hop on this range and shut it down. Though there are Hammerers, which is a little bit scary, the Iron Breakers are pretty spent. Still 57 models, but rather low HP-wise. Spellstone Shadows has once again been forced back into the shadows herself. Treekin have emerged glorious once more, but the Scouts and Glade Guard are now being shut down by pressure from Miners, and this will buy time for the cannons to once again back online. You can see Bowmore certainly taking advantage of this situation. Sisters of Thorn are finally dealt with the last volley of firepower coming from the Ironbreakers. Dwarfs looking rather good right now. Belagar may eventually get his vengeance. Little fire ring comes down, and with that the Wood Elves shall break and go down. Lizardmen Beastmen is the DLC. Woo, woo, woo. We can check that out on stream, guys. Don't worry about it. If there's a trailer, we will check it out on stream at the end, so I can give my live reaction to you guys. But yeah, it's really annoying they've done it on the same day as me. And I booked the slot first. I love the word of Games Workshop. No, I'm joking, of course. Ice Power. Valiant display there, trying his hardest. Honestly, Wood Elves vs Dwarfs is bad at the best of times, particularly with Autogen tournaments. Good micromanagement with his cavalry. Oh no, don't leave the lobby. And for future guys watching, do not leave the lobby once you've ended the game, because it will crash Total War Warhammer. So don't do it, because it's really annoying, as I can't now go through all the builds and any of that stuff. So luckily, it didn't crash the whole PC. Sometimes it does when it does that. So we will load up once more. Yeah, good work. Honestly, the Dwarfs did a decent job. So there's a trailer out for the new Corn Guy, which I expected for sure, and there's a new DLC. Man, Lizardmen, the boys, we get new DLC. Don't spoil the trailer for anyone in chat on what new Lizardmen units we have. Also myself, because I'd love to give you guys a live reaction here on stream. We'll do it at the end of the stream, because I don't want to hold all the players up, as I think that is slightly unfair on them. Well played to Bowmore. We will be seeing him in the next round, which is good to see. And let me quickly hop onto Challenge and see who we have next. So up next, I believe, is going to be Neckbert versus Dilatron. We then have Tank versus Flying Taco, and myself versus Vicious Kebab. So let's see if Neckbert and Dilatron is ready. Hopefully they have... Oh, they do have one up. Boop. Let's hop over and spectate. GG, well played, man. There, that was well played. That was very well played. It would be the time I'm streaming, and that I can't look at the trailers that we get an actual Lizardman trailer. Oh, the rage. The rage. Hello. Let's just check that this is the right person. Party Eternal is Neckbert. Perfect. Map is... Let's do... We're just going to be choosing between competitive maps. Let's do Iron Sand Desert. Oh, there we go. Oh, it doesn't even show units? That's fine. I guess it's like a little teaser trailer. Just Lords. Well, I got a few predictions again. Please don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. Beastmen, I'm assuming it's Torx the Brass Bull. And Lizardmen, it's either going to be Oxhotl or something along those lines is his name. He is a Chameleon Skink, Legendary Lord. Or it will be the Skink Legendary Lord. He's like a Slan Skink, basically. Out of those two, who would I like the best? I mean, the Chameleon Skink character would probably not be very good because... I mean, they've done good job in Marcus Wolfart, actually. I think he's quite powerful. Those units tended to struggle back in the day, so maybe he'll be an interesting pick. Short-range, squishy Lords, though, tend to struggle a little bit. But we'll have to see. That's cool that the trailers are out, though. I'll definitely react to them at the end of this. Oh, I'm so hyped, guys. You know I'm a Lizardman main. You can't just tease... Oh, you've got a new Lizardman, and I can't see it. Oh, the pain. I'm trying to think of other legendary lords for Lizardman. Chakax would be amazing. I feel like he's a legendary hero, though. He's not a legendary lord. But anyway, let's go through the builds here. So Dilatron brings Skaven. Lots of Skaven picked today, actually. It was randomly generated. So the way we did this tournament, they gave me 3 factions I didn't want to pick. I used Randall's gift to randomly give them a lord and a faction. Then we autogen the builds, and Skaven done very good in the tournament so far. Likewise, Dwarfs. Elves were much more kind of hit and miss and all that kind of stuff. But yes, yes. So, for the forces here of Dilatron and the Skaven, we have Lord Skrulk, which is actually the same as my lord in this tournament. Lord Skrulk coming with all the goodies, the summons, the breath, and his good items. We have a Doom Will. Clan Rats as well for a front line. My god, there is not much for protection purposes here. Warp Fire Throws in the middle. Rattling Gunners, 2 units in fact. 2 units of Warp Lightning Cannons. No, 1 Warp Lightning Cannon, 1 Plague Claw Catapult. We have Council Guard, Rat Ogres, and double Poison Wing Globadiers, one of which is the Death Globe Bombardiers. Oh, hell yeah! Look how pumped these guys are to finally be getting a little bit of daylight in the battlefield. You don't get to see them terribly often. For the forces of the Wood Elves, we do have Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips, Dryads, Eternal Guard, not much infantry, War Dancers, a Waystalker, Drycher. We have triple range troops here, Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips, Deepwood Scouts, and Waywatchers. We have Wild Riders, Glade Riders with Spears, Up in the Skies, a Forest Dragon, and a Great Eagle. The players were allowed to take away chevrons they were given and take away spells and mounts and then use that money to buy chevrons, mounts, spells and all that good stuff itself, but you couldn't take in or take away any units, that kind of stuff. Yes, Bowmore, please don't spoil the trailer though, but thank you for saying this hype. I'm now super jealous I can't watch it at the moment, but I will hop into it on live stream, don't you worry. Warp Fire Throws, currently the focus of attention by the Waystalker here, but he's going to want to switch to Lord Skrulk pretty much straight away. Lord Skrulk is very squishy, you can do a lot of damage to him from long range, only 3,500 HP, not too much there whatsoever. Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips are getting focus fire down now, which is quite nice, but this poor little Doomwall does not know there are Waywatchers here. He does now, as he takes a little bit of a beating. Cavalry start pushing around the flanks, and that Doomwall shall be getting forced back. Long Range Pressure is doing some good work. One of the Warp Lightning Cannons has been forced off now, and it looks like they're actually firing at the Glade Rider Hagbane Tips, who are trying to whip around the flanks, but they are 1 artillery piece down, which is pretty bad news for them. Rattling Gunners are starting to form a defensive position, looking to the enemy to come to them. these Deadwood Scouts, as well as Way Watchers, really need to shut down the artillery from range. That is going to be their main job. Looks like we have a Clan Rat summon coming down by Dilatron in the front line. Can push these guys forward to bog down the War Dancers or hunt down the Scouts and other units. Though there is a Great Eagle as well as a Dragon who can intercept. Big catapult shots aiming at those Way Watchers and Deadwood Scouts, which is a good target. Rattling Gunners forcing off the aerial presence of the Wood Elves, and a lovely Plague Monk summon comes down in the front line. Rattling Gunners can force off the Glade Rise if they push out a little bit, though it looks like they're happy to let the Warp Lightning Cannon do the majority of the carrying. Plague Monks charge into glorious hand-to-hand combat onto the Eternal Guard, and yeah, these poor Eternal Guard aren't going to be having a good time. They've been bathed in unholy fire. Glorious Warp Fire there. Drycha trying her best. Now, she does have a summon she can pop down. The Glade Riders as well as Wild Riders are committing to that backline fight. It looks like they have over on one of the Rattling Gunners. Now this is the time, this is the hour. Charging your Dragon, charging your Eagle, and start shutting down this side of the battlefield, because your approach is now clear with the Rattling Gunners being focus fired down. Poor little Doomwheel is getting absolutely teabagged here. Luckily though, some of the Rattling Gunner crew actually pin in the Eagle and the Dragon, allowing the Doomwheel to escape, at least for now. The Council Guard can be really good here. We need to see some breath attacks coming from those dragons to really force them off the field. Dryads are pushing onto the Clan Rats now. Should be able to shoot for them relatively comfortably, but they're pretty low health themselves. Glade Guard are getting shut down by Rattling Gun fire. Wild Riders need to continue to whip around and start pressuring this side of the battlefield. The range core for the Wood Elves is still, it's okay. It's taking a bit of damage, but a lot of them are still fine and shooting now, focusing down at the Poisoned Wind Globadiers. The big dragon is going to be key to winning this, I think. If they take down the Rattling Gunners and take down the catapults and stuff, there's not that much which can really deal with them at range, and those breath attacks are going to be scary. Council Guard, of course, and Rat Ogres can punch them when they land, and that poor Great Eagle took an absolute pounding. Rattling Guns to the face, but no, they're terrified, and they run away. I don't blame them. Forest Dragons are pretty scary and cool looking. Wild Riders do charge in, trying to mop up some of the remaining troops. Rat Ogres as well. If you can charge them with Wild Riders, you will dumpster them very quickly. Big Pendulum comes down the line, catching a mixture of Clan Rats and Deathglobe Bombardiers, although for the most part they managed to dodge due to good micromanagement there by Dilatron. Waystalker is continuing to fire in, racking up 27 kills. I'd like to see him focus down, I think, the Rat Ogres or Lord Skroak, but he's also picking off key targets elsewhere, taking apart those Warp Fire thrower weapon team. War Dancers have somehow made it to the back line, as well as a summon here of the Dryads. These guys will be perfect to hop onto the Council Guard, just to try and carve them down where possible. Allow the Arch Corps to continue to fire. I think the Doomwheel needs to push out and try to shut down the Way Watchers. Yes, it's risky, because the Forest Dragon can come and kill you, but I think it's a necessity, because if those Archers are allowed to fire all day, Rat Ogres simply will not last. Lord Skroak has been harassed by a Great Eagle, but Great Eagles are basically the definition of a damp noodle, and not going to do that much damage, and now it's getting bullied by some giant rats. Never a good day. Forest Dragon continue to float around, and yeah, let's him get a little more aggressive with it. We haven't seen a Pendulum come down on the Council Guard. Beautiful, beautiful cast there by Party Eternal, and the poor little Council Guard are got hit. I do realise, guys, I've just realised that the names up top are indeed wrong. I forgot to change between battles. I'll fix that. Lord Skroak is now getting bullied by the Forest Dragon. Roller Corruption does go down here. And it looks like that's going to finish off the Great Eagle. Lord Skroak's hit by an enfeebling foe, but the Council Guard are in nearby, and there's 45 of those bad boys. Drycha has to go over here and help support. Wild Riders, everyone into the mix, because you cannot lose this Forest Dragon. If it goes down, that could switch the game, because at the moment the Wood Elves are in a comfortable position. Glade Riders with spears going to be popping in, trying to free up some space for the Forest Dragon to escape. Neo Barbonicus does go down, however, down to half health. That was a very unfavorable charge from the dragon, but now it can get up into the skies, either chase off these Rat Ogres or get a brilliant breath attack down the line. Could really rack up some good damage. Good play by Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves are going to force the Glade Guard, Way Watchers and Deepwood Scouts into an early retreat, running for their lives. Beautiful micro here, taking the Glade Rise and forcing off the Rat Ogres, but he's decided, you know what, it's more important for me to save my archers. Arrows of Colonels coming on Lord Skroak, doing some good work there. This little Waystalker has been firing all game. Going to be very interested to see his damage output at the end. Forest Dragon flies forward. He's looking a little bit beat up, and his morale's actually really quite weak at the moment. But he should be able to break a lot of these units. Lord Skroak isn't one to go down without a fight, coming in with a Clan Rat summon. If that was a Plague Monk summon, I think the game might have been a bit different, because it looks like a lot of the range has finally been shut down for the forces of the Wood Elves. And now poor little Drycha is all alone. Forest Dragon has to support here. Lord Skroak punches like a truck when he's in the mood. Voice Dragon does pop down though, and yeah, that's what you get. You stay away from our lady, Tzeentch. Send that pesky little Lord Scrog rolling in the hills, taking some big shots now as well. How the archers doing? Looks like they're committed to fleeing for their lives. Rhaegal might want to come over here and help save them, but likewise going for an assassination attempt on Lord Scrog's not a bad idea. Forest Dragon's getting very low. This is a Scrog pinball. Look at him go. The majority now of the Skaven forces have broken in the centre. Focusing down the Rogers is a nice idea. More camerats are being summoned. Poor Council Guard, unfortunately, are now getting beat down by Way Watchers and Deepwood Scouts. Good target priority, because these guys are anti-large and can deal with that dragon. Waystalker has been used to pin in the Skaven slaves, freeing up the Glade Guard of Hagbane Tips, who are now turning and raining fire down upon their pursuers. One summon down, one left on the field. I think the summon is the only thing keeping this from going into army losses. Tzeentch and the Forest Dragon once again are surrounded though. Lord Scrog put up a good fight. Dilatron performed rather well, and I think he was in a dominant position early on. But of course, with such a heavy ranged force, it's always going to look good early on, and then when you get your back line shut down, oh, it turns really rough. Somehow Plague Claw Catapults have been able to get back online here, firing shots into the archers, doing some good work. But Lord Scrog is finished, armor losses shall set in, and that is going to be a victory for the Wood Elves. Dilatron will move on to the semi-finals. I cannot react to it now, CJ, because there are players waiting, and it's pretty disrespectful to, be like, hey guys, pause the whole tournament, I'm going to go react to something. But yeah. Why don't you see Doom Wars anymore? That sounds like a video we need to do. Yeah, for sure. But well played. Dilatron put up a good fight. The Doom Will needed to push into back line, I think, a bit more aggressively. But again, with the Forest Dragon there, it was a little rough. Lord Scrog, 1,500 damage value, did good. Unfortunately, the Council Guard getting shut down was big problems. Forest Dragon did okay. 1.4k damage value. Nothing too crazy. Wild Riders 1.4, 1.6. Yeah, this range core staying alive was pivotal to Party Eternal, and he pulled it off masterfully. Waystalker, 1,700 damage value. That's the type of stuff they can bring to the battlefield if allowed to shoot. 1.6 for Tzeentch as well. I'm not going to hang around too there long in case someone leaves the lobby and the game crashes. That army is rough versus mine, yeah, man. GG, well played. Great game. See you in the semis. Party Eternal, sorry. Party Eternal shall be moving through, not Dilatron, I'm afraid. The Tree Waifu did good work. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a Skaven win as well, man, but it switched around quite quickly. So, what we're going to do now is very quickly update the top of the banner so we don't forget before we hop in the lobby. Because obviously, because players are so ready to go, it tends to just be, as soon as I join, they ready up, and we don't have time to change this kind of stuff, like we would in a normal tournament. So we're going to change stuff before we hop in. And it is going to be Taco versus Tank, which that is such a treat having these two go against each other. They are very, very good top tier players. But of course, they're not playing factions they would necessarily normally play. I believe it is... I can. Cool, it looks like I'm going to host. It is going to be Dwarfs versus Bretonnia, Flying Taco of Dwarfs. And I don't think I've ever seen Flying Taco play Dwarfs in my life. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's secretly a dwarf main. Hopefully this has turned him into a dwarf main one way or another. Lizardmen definitely deserve the new DLC. Their previous DLCs have been really lackluster in my opinion. For the most part compared to everyone else's. And the only other races they could give it to were Dark Elves. If you look at the number of Legendary Lords people have, it was always between Dark Elves and Lizardmen, and Dark Elves got the free LC, so I think it was only right Lizardmen got theirs. Likewise, I think you're right in saying that I think something like Norsca would be better, but from a business point of view, where they have to pair Warhammer 1 games with Warhammer 2, it makes way more sense, I think, that they had to. And please don't spoil trailer stuff. I have not seen the trailer. Many people watching haven't, and many of the players haven't. So we will react to the trailer, don't you worry. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. Hey, lads. Hey. Let's switch the map quickly. And we will go Mission. And it is Bordeaux versus the Dowie. Yeah, should be good fun, though. What's up, Lupe? How are you doing, champ? Oh, I'm so excited for this trailer, though. Now people told me it's Lizardmen. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Lizardmen Beastmen certainly needed it. Certainly. But yeah. If anyone does spoil stuff, mods, if you could just remove the messages, or people who have pet stuff in chat, please do remove them, so you don't ruin it for other people. Merci beaucoup. Let's have a little drink. It is bacon here in the UK. That's the good stuff. So, for the forces of tank, we do, of course, have Alberic de Bordeaux. And he's going to be up in the skies, looking pretty damn fancy, coming in with his glorious little trident. He does have the Wrath of Manon. We have Heroic Killing Blow, Rally, all that good stuff. Down low, he has a Damsel of Beasts, kind of Manticore Summon, Flock of Doom. We have a Grail Reliquary, a single Blessed Field Trebuchet, and so much infantry. He has one unit of Ground Cavalry, Knights Errant. Up in the skies, though, double Pegasus Knights is going to be pretty tasty, rolling alongside Alberic for sure. We have Peasant Bowmen with Pox Arrows for the ranged core, Peasant Mobs, Spindle Arms, and that's going to be it across the board. For the forces of the mighty Flying Taco, this build may be my favourite build that we've seen in the tournament. It is absolutely hilarious stuff. It is Thorgrim being led to war by his mighty little homies here, and double Organ Gun. Double Organ Gun, which is actually going to be amazing up against Bretonnia for the most part. Apart from that, Trebuchet going to be able to focus to fire it down. We have a single Gyro Bomber, which is going to be really hard to protect here. We have Longbeards, Miners, Dwarf Warriors, just a big old flustercluck of cheap and cheerful Dwarvish infantry up to kind of low to mid tier. We have a Thane leading the charge, coming with his fiery ring. Well, not fiery ring, sorry, but his weakness to fire. Which is, oh, it is the ring. Ironbeard's ring, giving that 22% fire weakness, which will help the Iron Drakes for sure, as we do have the Skulder Guard, Iron Drakes, and I think that's just the two. So a really fun build coming in by the Dwarfs. Both these players taking the high ground. The Field Trebuchet is certainly going to outrange the double Organ Gun, so these guys need to close distance as soon as possible. We also have some Bugman Rangers, a unit that I really want to work because they seem so cool and thematic, and the fact they drink beer to regenerate makes them right at the top of my cool tier list. But, yeah, they just don't work. They just don't work. Yeah, Aliphanar may get buffed at some point, I'm not sure. Predictions, Beastmen will be S tier. Oh, I love it. I love it. Looks like the guys are ready to rumble, so we'll get this party started. Oh, looks like tank. I thought both of them had said. Looks like tank is still repositioning a little bit. That's good stuff. Let's have a little sip of our drink to keep us going. Hope you guys enjoyed this format, by the way. It's like that I may start doing weekly. Like, well, what we'll probably do is we'll do Death Before Dishonor once a week. On a Wednesday and a Thursday, probably alternating. And on the other day, we'll do a more of a kind of less competitive, fun-themed tournament. And we'll maybe rotate them around. So this one's Tzeentch-themed. Definitely looking to do this in the future because it was so much fun watching the players get these builds and share them with each other on the Discord. And be like, hey, look what I've got. And people kind of just, you know, saying, oh, I think it's a good build. Oh my god, you're doomed. All that kind of good stuff. I think would be good fun. So, the Dwarfs are going to be moving forward here. This looks, I think, initially like a really bad matchup for Bretonnia. But you've got to remember, Tank is using Bretonnia, and if any player can pull it off, it is certainly him. Bugman Ranger's doing some lovely damage on the Peasant Bowmen. If I'm the Organ Guns, I'm ignoring the Blessed Field Trebuchet. Yeah, I'm going to shoot the Cavalry, shoot the Archers, shoot the Flyers. Yeah, eventually we get taken down by the Blessed Field, but I don't even know if it's in range, actually, of the Organ Guns, which could be a little bit scary there. Alberic takes massive burst damage. That pesky Gyro Bomber's doing some really nice work to him, and he's having to flee immediately. And there is no healing for him. The Organ Guns are just shredding! Poor Alberic, oh no! And the Peasant Bowmen as well, getting whittled down by Bugmans. We are seeing skirmish, lads, from the Dwarf, something you would never think you would see. Pegasus Knights are going to be going for a suicide charge on the Organ Guns, but it's not that suicidal because there's no Slayers back here to protect. There is have a Skulder Guard who have decided to turn and fire. Thorgrim as well rushing in to deal with those pesky Pegasus Knights. And it looks like they're trying to get up and escape, but alas, aren't doing it too successfully. Pegasus Knights get a really nice rear charge on the Bugman Rangers. Front line is being softened up by that bolt throw, but Alberic, my god, is just gone. He's just gone. He probably should have just waited out of range, looking at the opponent's build, I think. Because Alberic's dead at this point. Manticore is going to be summoned, needs to shut down the back line. We'd like to see that with the synergy of the Pegasus Knights coming at the same time to really pound this down. We do have all the peasants once again online, firing shots in. Looks like he's saying good luck, have fun. Breck is 67 health and is probably going to break here. Buckman Rangers, unfortunately, are getting pummeled a little bit. I'm very surprised the Giant Bomber managed to survive, but it did a good job for sure. Orn Guns continue to wreak havoc on the enemy back line, doing some good work. I love the use of the Iron Drakes and Skulder Guard to protect the back line, burning those Knights Errant, and they're also getting pinned in by miners, so they're not even getting on to any of the goodies here. Shots continue to rain in. And it looks like those Pegasus Knights have been dealt with, so most of the mobility of Bretonnia has been dealt with. Foot Squires are starting to push up the hill. They'll do a good job against the majority of the infantry here. And a lot of the archers are still online and firing. They really need to get on top of those organ guns, though. Otherwise, they will roast them from long range. But again, that means pushing closer to the enemy, and that can be pretty tricky. Gyro Bomber still has all its bombs, I think, and is now focused firing down the Knights Errant, which is good target priority by Flying Taco, looking at what can shut down his back line and killing that first. Orn Guns have switched their target priority onto the Damsel of Beasts, and I feel like a Grudgeon is really being settled here. Thorgrim taking a bit of damage, he don't care, he's going to waddle over, I'm sure, to deal with these men-at-arms in just a second, but the Skulder Guard Iron Drake Central Pocket has caused havoc here. Poor little peasant mobs running for their life. We do, however, have a second Manticore summon going down. Beast Slayers of Baston are also pushing up around this side, but the foot troops will just be a little bit slow here. And I guess he's trying to get as much value as possible from the Blessed Field Trebuchet, which certainly isn't a bad idea. Unfortunately, it does do magic damage, but it's still a giant rock landing on you, so it will most likely kill whatever model units it hits anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. Knights Errant are slowly dealing with these miners. It shall allow the peasants and beast slayers to start pushing the back line, but there is simply a second wall of dwarf warriors. These Orn Guns, they are a thing of beauty right now, just breaking, shattering the hearts of the Bretonian people. Balance power going quite heavily against them now. Even peasant bowmen are getting roasted. I love the smell of roasted peasant in the morning. First Squires are running for their lives. Thane has gone on a bit of a journey, it would seem. He's now going to be hunting down that Damsel of Beasts. Would be a bad idea as well to shut down the peasant bowmen where possible. And the Dowie just happily remaining kings of the hill, standing here, taking the shots and laughing at their opponents as they try to climb up to the high ground. Damsel Beast is now getting whittled away by the double organ gun. And the poor Greyrilliquy is actually kind of working as a human shield right now. I'm sure they won't mind though, they're very patriotic like that. The Thane is hunting down the damsel, and dwarfs are pretty dangerous over short distances. She gets staggered as well by organ gun to the face, but manages to survive somehow. She's a very powerful lady, it would seem. Thane is now chasing her away from the battlefield. Looks like GGs have gone down. They think it's all over, but is it? We'll have to wait and see as the Gyro Bomber goes for his swooping bombing run. Welcome to Eshen, and those foot squires take a bit of a damage there. Longbeards and miners should be able to intercept them. Orn Guns and Bugman Rangers, though, are loosing shots down upon the foot squires, and it's not fun attacking up a hill, particularly not when you're getting shot by accurate dwarvish weaponry. Peasant Bowman's been mopped up here by the Gyro Bombers, and army losses seems almost a certainty at this point. Though some of the Peasant Bowmen do rally in the late game, it is going to be game over there. What's up, Sebastian? The IKEA duck has emerged. Timelines don't exist in Total War? Oh, for sure, for sure. At least not in Warhammer. Yeah, those flamers were amazing. I can't remember who has to play who yet, because we've done this in a weird order. I think, Nick, but you won't actually play this. I think you'll be playing the winner of the next game, but I'll double check on challenge, it's all there. Well played to Tank, honestly, that was a horrible situation for him. Getting Alberic sniped early, of course, was a big loss, and he just never really recovered from it. Peasant Bowman got some damage, the Knights as well just had to suicide in the back, and even the Trebuchet firing all game, only 600 damage value. For Flying Taco, Orn Guns, 2,100 and 1,500 damage value. I love to see it because you can never see Organ Guns in tournaments. Or Bugman Rangers, 2 units he performed pretty good here, though the Rangers didn't get much value in the end. Gyro Bomber, 1,600 damage value. The Skulder Guard 1000, Iron Drakes 722. The rest of the build, of course, is there just to pin the enemy in place. Thorgrim getting an impressive 1.2k as well. GG's, we'll see those boys in the next round. Oh yeah, Tank, you basically were stopped in tracks there. I have not seen the teaser yet, J Phoenix. Please don't spoil anything either, because I'm probably going to do a live reaction, and some people here haven't seen it, and I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm very excited. I've been told it's Lizardmen v Beastmen, and a Total War Warhammer 3 trailer, and like a teaser for DLC. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So, let's have a little look. Up next, it is going to be myself up against Vicious Kebab. After this game, we will do the semi-finals. So, Neckbert will be against Flying Taco, and then we have Bowmore versus the winner of Vicious Kebab and myself. So let's hop in and make a lobby. Boo, 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 boo. There we go. The Vicious Duck is what it'll be called. And we're playing Skaven. Then yes, you will be up against Taco. Yeah, let's double check that. But it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight. Map. Let's just choose a random. I should probably have got someone else to choose my map in advance, but I didn't think I'd get this far. Let's just go like any map. Langwell. That's a fine competitive one. And my build is this, which is pretty terrible because you have a load of damage output. It's a teaser trailer, so maybe they have another trailer. I'll expect another trailer next Thursday. Because they tend to release stuff on Thursdays. And this week, obviously, they did the Total Warhammer 3 one, so it's probably going to be out next Thursday. But yes. The Dwarfs use IKEA beacons, so they have good artillery. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was a rough one, man. Honestly, Tank did a really good job, all things considered. Like, just getting his Lord out the gate early was a bit of pain. So, Vicious Kebab. Oh, no! Oh, no, I think I know his build. I think he's the guy who's got, like, 5 Berserkers. In which case... yeah. I'm gonna cry. I don't think there's much hope. But we'll have to wait and see. So, on the left of the text. It is no longer Taco, though he did move through. We have me. I call myself Duck. Just for those who might get confused. Boop. And on the right-hand side, we have Kebab. Can the duck devour the kebab, or are kebabs too bad for ducks, and once eaten, we will explode from the inside out? Hello, good sir. Good luck, my friend. So everyone shared their builds. So he knows my build. I can't remember his build. There was multiple Norscan players, and I think one of them was Frog. So I think he might have like 5 Berserkers, which could cause us all kinds of problems. Yes, someone played Kroggargene. I believe it was a really cool player. Who was it? Saphir, I think, who's super talented. But he didn't get through. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. His build looks really solid as well. He might have run into Taco or something. Embrace the power of the mortar, Ducky. We have a mortar. So the problem I faced in my first 2 games, game 1 was stupidly close, because if my opponent has like any kind of numbers on their side, I cannot protect my range, because I have 2 artillery pieces, 2 weapon teams, 3 weapon teams, and 2 artillery pieces. And it's just impossible. It's impossible to protect. We have summons, but you know, you can only summon so many rats at the end of the day. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Oh, I love Gimli, man. Gimli's so fun. When I was really young, I used to like Legolas. When like the movies were first coming out, and then as I've aged, I've become more of a Gimli man. Well, more of Aragorn actually. Aragorn's my boy, but I do love Gimli and Legolas as well. I am pretty scared for the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series. I'm hopeful, and I always try to be hopeful on these things. There's so much money involved, it will at least have good production qualities. But yeah, I'm praying they don't butcher it. I know it's not to do with the main narrative of Lord of the Rings, which is good. I think that's a wise decision. But yeah, it's going to be a weird one. Laughs in Elf! Yeah, look at this build! Like, I don't know what to do. We're going to obviously just deploy, like, right back here. How far is the edge? Okay, we got a little bit of space. But yeah, if he's got any units which can, like, Vanguard, like Pterodons, for example. I know he's Norsca, like Hounds. Because someone had 1 unit of Pterodons, and if he had any more, I would have been doomed. So let's push our troops up. We're going to have to rely heavily here on summons. So we're going to put these guys in the front line. We do have Stormwind with Halberds, so we're going to keep them right in the back with our character core. Cool. Oh, we've got more units to protect. Let's put you here for now. Warfire Throws, to be honest, are a pretty useless unit, so we're going to kind of hang them out to dry and just be like, come kill us. And then hopefully he'll kill them and not my more important units. So we have Skaven Slave Singers in the front line in a cheeky little vanguard. Our main battle line is Storm Vermin. 1 unit of Storm Vermin, 1 unit of Clan Rats, 1 unit of Plague Monk Sense Bearers. In the central pocket, we have Storm Vermin with Halberds, and then we have all our weapon teams who we're probably just going to group up together. And then we have Itic Zap Zap Cannon and a Plague Claw Catapult. So this is going to come down to, can we obliterate my opponent before he reaches me? Because if we can't do that, we're basically dead. A man of culture, I see. Gimli's pretty cool, I've got to admit. Like, Gimli's pretty cool. I do like Legolas as well. His shield slidey thing, I know it's a bit dumb, but when you're a kid, is amazing. The world shall tremble before the might of the Ice Wolf chariot. Oh no! I think he actually might have multiple chariots. In which case, yeah, it'll certainly be a game. It will certainly be a game. So let's get all our stuff ready to fire. Good luck to my opponent. Excited to see him in action. I think this is his debut on the channel. He made some really cool duck artwork actually the other day for one of Ice Power's streams. And I might commission him to do some for our channel even. So, it looks like he's deploying quite far away for now. So let's just stay attacking by shooting stuff. Taking out those guys early on would be quite nice. So yeah, it is just a load of Berserkers, Marauders, we have Manticores in the sky, we have Chariots, we have units dotted in Vanguard, we have the Beast of Tashnar, and double Marauder Horsemen in the back lines, which are going to cause us some problems. Some problems for sure. Let's move you guys to this side, as there doesn't seem to be anything threatening this flank at the moment. So we are going to switch targets here. Let's actually try to take out the Chariots. Mortars are nearly in range. Catapult can switch targets now to some basic Marauders. Anti-Bobus, yeah, good targeting there. Hit Wolfric. They seem to do that one by themselves. So this is a little bit scary, of course. We're doing a ton of damage for now, which is really cool. But that will not last, I promise you. Let's start shooting the Chariots if possible, as we have very little mass here. Let's try to form up and just break the Chariots. Might be a good bet. Luckily, my opponent's not attacking. He's attacking in bits and pieces. Like, if these Chariots came in at the same time the Skirmish Cav comes in, then all of a sudden we're in way more problems. But I understand the rush. I understand it completely. Okay. I don't mind too much if the Plague Claw Catapult goes offline. Actually, maybe I'd rather sacrifice Itic Zap Zap here. So Zap Zap, let's just go after, let's go after the Familiar Belfiend. Cool, so he's standing shooting here, which is good for us. Matty Bobus, let's have you shoot in there. Actually, you probably need to fall back. Some of you guys in the front line. Okay, our characters are over here. We're not going to dodge this or anything. Okay, so Manticore's going to come back. Let's hop over here with our characters. Poison Mortars fall back, and you guys just need to keep pushing out the enemy for now. Clan Rats, you're doing fine. Let's get another summon down, where the bulk of our opponent's going to hit us. We're actually just going to go all in here on Wolfric. Let's hop on him as well. And try and just assassinate Wolfric, and we'll use the Plague Monks to save the day there. So my opponent is in the back line, which is scary. It's scary for sure. Natty Bobus, let's finish off that Manticore if we can, please. Okay, it's looking a little rough. Let's just put this on stroke. Let's just try and kill Wolfric the Wanderer. This is a pretty huge moment in battle. Natty Bobus, you can run. Let's try and get the Stormbowmen on the Warhounds. And continue shooting there. Run! No, why did the summon not go down? A lot of these guys are going to get washed, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, chase off Wulfric. He will most likely come back, so actually what we're going to do is switch that to Wulfric and pull back with our characters. So we still have our characters. That's kind of like the one thing we have that's going really strong for us right now. But apart from that, it's actually a little bit scary. Now, we will have a Leader Vonicus again at some point. The Manticore is a problem. So are those Horsemen. We've lost the majority of our range. Let's keep you guys shooting. And, yeah, keep going after those chariots. So probably going to form a Death Ball in the end. I think, for the most part. Oh! That Manticore could be the end of us, I feel. I can feel it in my veins. Let's pop them just to try and help him. Let's run around. Lord Stroke, you're doing fine. It looks like the summons don't want to work today. I'm probably doing something wrong, I just don't know what it is. Run, assassin! No! No! This could be the end. Could be the end. The enemy skirmish too powerful. Let's bring you guys back. If we'd killed Wulfric at the right time, maybe it'd be different. I mean, we're going to kill Wulfric anyway, but we basically just have Lord Stroke fighting. Let's try and fall back with Strokey, my boy. Oh no! Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Didn't mean to press that one. I was waiting for the other one. But it's fine. We have summons left. He's going to come in for the snipe. Let's pop our summons down and hopefully they go off this time. We might have to use... Oh no! It's because I'm getting pushed down. I hate that happens. Lord Stroke just may never be able to get it off. Let's get the Plague Monks over here. Fall back. I kind of really want to save the Lieber for Wulfric just so we can kill him. But that Manticore is causing us all kinds of problems. But it is rampaging right now, so let's pull back with you. Okay, let's go kill him. Do you have units which can come back? It does not look like it. Oh, we have some of these guys who can return to the field. Okay, let's just everyone kill that Manticore. We're going to have to try and wait out the ammunition of my opponent. Oh my god, Lord Stroke. Lord Stroke. Wulfric should be dead. Oh, but we've lost our Lord as well. We've lost him. I think with Stroke going down like that... Oh, GG's. What a game. What a game. I'm very surprised, to be honest, we lasted that long. Like, super surprised. But again, it was one of those things where, like, the Skaven look really strong here. We do so much damage early on. But as soon as our back line's broken, like, these troops don't really do that much damage. Storm only got 950, which was good. 1,000 here. But we just don't have enough troops, and you can see our long-range units just don't pay for themselves. Avalanche Mortars did a good job. Lord Stroke as well, quite nice. Very close game. Well played to Vicious Kebab. His build, honestly, I don't hate. As like someone who plays Norsca quite a bit. It's obviously you want to go a little bit wider, not so much chevrons on berserkers, but this is random generated armies. That Manticore, yeah, Manticore MVP, 2,000 damage value pretty much. Glorious work there. Wulfric kind of got punished. But we probably should have focused on the Horse Masters with the Avalanche Mortars early on, but I was very scared of the Berserkers. GG. Close game. That was a fun one, honestly. I enjoyed playing that quite a bit. Yeah, I did too much damage. Yeah, sure. I should have switched targets for sure a little bit more. 100%. Oh, okay, so you're not in range and it looks like you're in range. That might explain why a load of the summons didn't want to work early on. I think at the end, it was because we got shoved over and stuff. So, I'm trying to think who's been waiting longest. I think Bowmore has, so if it's a Cave of Neckburn Flying Tackle, we're just going to hop straight into Vicious Kebab versus Bowmore. There's new trailer out by CA about DLC. There is indeed. Again, please don't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. We will react to it at the end of the stream. which won't be long actually, because this is such a quick format. So, let's get Bowmore in here. You are now against Bowmore. I will rehost all of you. Because I think Bowmore played in game 1, so he has to wait a little while. And then we'll get Flying Taco versus Neckbit in the next round. I think Flying Taco's build's got a really good chance of winning this tournament. He doesn't want to come up against the long-range Skaven builds, however. The Vicious Bowmore. Yeah, I know it's Beastman and Lizardman, which there will be a video of the reaction, 100%. I'm going to do it live on stream. I'm going to do it here and live on stream. I don't know how to clip, though, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to clip. So if I do a reaction, I'd like to also upload it as a video. I don't know how to do that. But yeah. So, Bowmore, if you're listening, you're up now against the Mighty Kebab. Let me drop a message in Discord. Bowmore. And Vicious Kebab. Lobby is up. Password 123. Now, if they're not ready, that's fine. We can, oh, they're in. Hello. I'll say we can hop over to the next one. And then after this, we have Taco up against, oh god, I've forgotten his name. I know he's in chat as well. How embarrassing. Neckbit, correct? Which is going to be a fun game. Hello. Map shall be. Boo, 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 boo. Oaken Hammer. Very thematic map as well. Oaken Hammer is the map. Man, we are speeding through today. No worries, Sebastian. See you soon, buddy. See you soon. Yeah, I'll try and get up as a video as well for you, not just the live stream, so everyone can enjoy it. I don't know how to clip videos. I guess I can just watch my film back and record my screen and upload that. If you guys are enjoying though, feel free to leave a thumbs up. It really does help push the stream out to more people, and I'm very grateful you guys have decided to tune in, despite the fact there's a lot of news and other streams going on at the moment. We will, of course, cover all the big news, particularly all the stuff relating to Total War Warhammer. Videos maybe this evening, most likely up tomorrow, because obviously we're streaming now, and it'd be quite late by the time this is done. I'm in fear of the Dwarven thick armour, to be honest. Super glad you beat Ducky, did not want to face that Skaven armour. Yeah, Dwarfs I think would struggle against that one. Just a little bit. Good luck, have fun, lads. So we've seen both these guys' builds already. And it's going to be a fun one. Once again, the Dwarfs are going to be taking that defensive approach. Loads of flamethrowers to deal with the Berserkers, but Vicious Kebab can certainly get into the back line and start to shut down troops. And if he gets that pulled off correctly, he'll be in a very comfortable position. So it's all going to come down to that backline pressure, which this matchup is basically anyway. Despite the fact that it is, Autogen. It's going to kind of be the same situation here. But yes. Man, I'm so hyped to check this out, Lizardmen stuff. I'll get my camera up and we can do like a little reaction. Oh! Have a nice stretch. Oh. I'm sure everyone's already got like all the news and stuff up anyway on other channels, but I will cover it nonetheless. Nonetheless. Here we go. The glory! Not quite as beautiful. Oh my god, I've just realized we can get a Dowie versus Dowie final. Oh, that'd be rough for Taco, actually. Taco needs the Norse guns to win this. Because double cannon easily outtrade double organ gun on a big map. Like, it's going to be really hard, I think, for his build to beat this one. So, he'll probably rooting for the Dwarfs to fall here. We have the Undrake Trollhammer Torpedoes, of course. Allying themselves with both the cannons, one unit of Giant Slayers, we have a Master Engineer, Belegar Iron Hammer, a load of Miners, Dwarf Warriors are great weapons, Hammerers, Iron Breakers, and 2 units of Iron Drakes. This build actually looks quite a nasty anti-Dowie build, with the Giant Slayers able to flank, and you also have a decent amount of punch with the Hammerers and other such units. So yeah, definitely tackle him to win. Who would Neckbit want to win? Probably Norsca. I think both the remaining competitors will want Norsca to win this. Of course, this is the build that just beat us, but we can look at it in a little bit more detail with a Ferromanticore up in the skies, Norscan Warhounds, double Horse Masters, a Berserker front line, dotted all the way along, with some Marauders in the mix. Far side, we have the Beast of Tashnar. We have Wulfric the Wanderer on horseback, Marauder Chariots, and Marauder Ice Wolf Chariots. Some of the coolest little boys. These guys must get so cold, like, all the time. This is a very brave Marauder. I would not whip one of these because it could rip your throat out quite comfortably, I think. With a familiar Bellfiend of Fire, coming in Burning Head, Flames of Rune, and Fireball. So I hope you guys are ready for the madness. Truly paying the price for the fame. No, what am I paying for? I don't know what I'm paying. Oh no. We have had multiple... What happened to Park Map? He had a really powerful high elf build, and it seems like he didn't make it this far. So high elves, unfortunately, we had a few high elf builds, but they seem to be dismantled early on, I should say. But yeah, next week we will obviously do kind of a similar format. We might not do the Autogen armies, but we will do it in the future, because it's been really good fun, and feedback's been good so far. Horsemasters are kind of getting focus fired down. They are trotting lightly, which is not something I do under cannon fire. This is reminiscent of kind of Empire Britain. We're being shot by cannons, don't care. You march in orderly lines. Although it looks like the Ice Wolf Chariots instead are facing the wrath of the double cannon, unleashing shots into the rear. Oh, looks like the Chariots managed to swoop out the way. Those wolves have a cunning sense of danger, it seems, and managed to guide their chariots out of the danger zone. This Ferromanticore is going to be huge. It's needed to shut down the Iron Drakes, can help take down the cannons, but needs to be very careful of those giant slayers. I think we are seeing a fireball. We are indeed coming down line, aiming at one of those cannons, and that is a dead artillery piece. Dwarvish artillery not holding up to the dark magics of the Norscans. Berserkers are going to have a hard time breaking through Dwarf Warriors, if I'm being honest. Because there's so much armor here. Now, normally this build wouldn't be terrible if you had ways of lowering the armor of the Dwarfs. So coming in with Plague of Rust and so forth, Berserkers can actually be okay. But, yeah, you need that combo. And Iron Drakes! Oh, burn, baby, burn. Roasting some of those more Berserkers. It looks like the Norscan Warhounds are going to jump on top of the Iron Drakes to try to at least stall them. Their fangs aren't going to be able to get through their thick armor, but you can see the horrific damage these Iron Drakes are producing onto the Marauders. Ouch! We do have the Engineer's Ring come down on the Brutes of the Hound. Going to be roasting some of those guys alive. And the Chariots need to start getting super aggressive if there is going to be any hope. Beautiful play here by Vicious Kebab. Weeding around the flanks and shutting down one of the cannons. He needs to do a hit and run here because those Giant Slayers will butcher the doggos. So got out one cannon, fall back in the other direction. Ferromanticore is swooping in the back lines. And Norsca are doing some really good plays. But despite this, it is looking pretty tough for them to actually kill just the basic front line. A lot of Berserkers do have good damage output, and they should be able to hit the Dwarf Warriors rather quickly. Ice Chariots are now being used to drown their sorrows and kind of pull through the enemy. Belegar's been hit here by a hunch of champions, and Wulfric the Wanderer is going in for the assassination attempt as fire goes between them. But it looks like Wulfric does know quite a bit about fire, and Iron Drakes actually moved into hand-to-hand combat, which is pretty hilarious. Revenge Incarnate goes down, and all of a sudden a 100 melee attack on Belegar. He is going to slap Wulfric the Wanderer left, right, and centre, and the back line has started to crumble. This is very reminiscent of our game we just had, actually, up against this Norscan build. Takes a low damage. Once it's in there, it does good work. Disaster this time, though, because the Ferromanticore, so pivotal in early victories, gets caught and surrounded by giant slayers. The one target in this entire build it did not want to get caught in melee by. Disaster there. Mines of Blast charges do blast some Brutes of the Hound. Hammer is going strong in the front line with 42 kills. Balance power slightly edging now for the first time in the game in favour of the Dwarvish folk as Horsemasters try to pull apart the cannon crew, but Dwarfs just do not like running away. They're like, nah, not about that life. And it seems like Wulfric the Wanderer has been beaten in submission by Belegar Ironhammer. There may have been some support by the Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes, but I'm sure Belegar, when it's enjoying a Bugman's Ale later today, will not tell the story quite in that fashion. Burning Head goes down on some Dwarf Warriors, doing some okay roasting, and it should hopefully as well manifest itself over onto these Hammerers who are unable to escape, and yeah, take a little bit of damage, not much, but again, damage is damage at the end of the day. Fiery Ring goes down on the Norscan Warhounds. That unit is broken now, most likely. Nope, just about staying and fighting. In the back lines, the Giant Slayers are being dealt with, and the Ferroman squad has returned to the field once more. Maybe a good idea to go into a rear attack Belegar, a bit of lucky RNG, maybe able to finish him off for good, particularly if a Hunter of Champions comes down with Wulfric the Wanderer, then you have a big terracotta monster running around the battlefield in the late game. More Berserkers with Silver Chevron are going absolutely berserk, and they're trying their best to get through the Ironbreakers, but that I think it's called Grombril armor, is 125 armor. A big old Sea Fang comes down the line though, doing some really lovely damage to them, and Wulfric punches back with a vengeance. Belegar getting slammed. Wulfric does have to flee. Where is the Manticore? It is broken. Oh, such tragic news, because that Manticore coming in here probably would have finished off Belegar, though the Mighty Oathstone has been popped, increasing his melee defense slightly. Wulfric, Fight or Die popped, has to come in to try and finish off Belegar. It's the only way the Norscans can try to win this. Fireball is also going to be coming down the line. Wulfric just about standing firm. Fireball skims Belegar, also takes out a few of the Marauders. A little bit of fire rained down from the skies, and the epic duel to the death between the most grumpy of Dwarfs and the most vengeful of Marauders. I think Belegar may have this. He's surrounded by his Hammerers, who are forcing back the enemy, and Wulfric gets finished, pushed off his horse unceremoniously, and I think the Norscans did a really good job, considering it quite a tough match. Hell yes. Remember, I'm not human boy. Real human being, I'm skeptical of this. Hey, 69 viewers, bound to bow wow. Hope you guys enjoying. Ice Wolf Chariots definitely have more flair for me because I'm a big fan of wolves, but Lion Chariots win, yeah, for sure. Lion Chariots are pretty awesome. Belegar, 1.2k, good display by him. 1k damage value on the Master Engineer, and honestly, really good performance just protecting those cannons. 666 damage value. Looks like Clan Ungrund might be becoming some Chaos Dwarfs soon. Cannons did okay work, not the best targets for them. Iron Drakes are Trollhammer torpedoes, and basic Iron Drakes are roasting the enemy rather effectively. And just, yeah, good work all round. Hammers, 1,100 damage value. As for Vicious Kebab, Wulfric 1,000, almost a comeback there as well, assassinating Belegar. I think if he kept his Ferromanticore alive a bit better, then he certainly could have been in with a good position in the end game, because he had those chariots to cycle charge, and he was slowly grinding down the majority of the Dowie forces. GG, man. See you in the finals, Bowmore. So up next, Neckbut, Flying Taco. It shall be glorious. Is Vicious Kebab actually Vicious Satsuma? I don't believe so. Let me check quick. Let me check. I feel like, no, he's just Vicious Kebab. Kebabs and Satsumas are a different breed, it would seem. So, we shall see if they've hosted one. If not, I can always host one. There's no biggie. Nope, looks like they haven't. So, Taco versus Neckbut. Here we go, the pain. Oh, I've hosted that completely wrong. Did I forget to do the banners again? I did. My god, I'm sorry guys. My banner game has been poor today. But it is because the format's so quick. Normally do it in the downtime. But of course we've just been bouncing around. Boo 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 boo. Neckbut. There we go. Awesome. So we're back at it. And we're host and spectator this time. Yo! Thank you, Parkwiller. You are a true champion. I hope you enjoyed the tournament today. Your build was super cool. I saw that you got taken down, but man, it looks like you used Kolek pretty damn well. Pretty damn well. He got a lot of damage value. I'm really tempted to pit, if it is a Dwarf final, pit them on Alpine Ridge. As like a big shot blocker. It'd be hilarious. Taco is here. Hello, champ. I'm guessing you are now a full Dowie main. And it's the Wood Elves. Oh no, we've had some terrible matchups for people today. So the Wood Elves, He has a chance. He's got a decent amount of cavalry. He has Way Watchers and stuff to snipe the enemy at range. River Maximum as well is not the worst map for him. Can take cover in the trees. Drycha can use summons. We have a dragon to get big breath attacks down the battle lines. It's going to be tough. I think Party Eternal has to play out of his skin, or neckbutt here. And he needs Taco to make some mistakes. Only Organ Gun main. Oh, I love seeing Taco play in general, but I love to see him play Dwarfs. Oh, you were Archaon. Metal wasn't so heavy, rather squishy to be honest. Oh no. Oh, neckbutt not feeling confident. Man, you gotta believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, have those hopes, have those dreams. I've got some big news coming for the channel, by the way, soon, because I have become a partner with people. I was meant to be ready for this stream, but they made me a US store and not a UK store, so I can't do anything, and I'm really frustrated. Particularly with all the news coming out about the new games. So all I'm saying is don't buy any games, guys. Don't buy any games yet. Trust me. Wait like a day. And I'm going to be getting you guys some hefty discounts, I think, on a lot of the games and stuff. Which would be nice. Although I think a lot of them are on offer at the moment anyway, but still. But anyway, let's recap ourselves. So Flying Taco with arguably the best build I've ever seen in my entire life. We have Thorgrim Grudgebearer with his buddy Thane, double Organ Gun, triple bronze and silver chevron, Longbeards with Greyweapons, Dwarf Warriors with Greyweapons as well, on the line, Iron Drakes, Scolder Guard, Miners, Bugman Rangers, we have a Gyro Bomber, and that is it. Now, if I'm Bowmore, I want the Wood Elves. I feel like Bowmore should be confident. I think his Dowie build is slightly better than this Dowie build in a Dowie mirror match. Cannons trade against the Organ Guns well. You've got Giant Slayers to whip around the flanks. But it'd be, and your hammers, so quite good. But again, I think he'd be relatively happy facing the Wood Elves, like Flying Taco probably is right now. Because, yeah, we have Way Watchers, Deepwood Scouts, and some Glade Guard. We have Dryads, Eternal Guard, and War Dancers. There's some Glade Riders, Hagbane Tips, Great Eagle in the Skies, Forest Dragon, and Drycha. But, I mean, if anyone's going to do it, neckbutt is a very talented player, and we have Glade Riders waiting in the wings as well. If he can shut down the back line, there is certainly hope. Because the Gyro Bomber can get killed by the Great Eagle. If he takes out the Organ Guns, the Dragon can just simply breath attack any big nasty blobs, and then just cycle charges build to death. It is possible, but it's tough. It's tough for sure. Okay, looks like these lads are pretty much set up and ready to rumble. Let the people know I can't stand the trailer. Oh no. Yes, we are on stream. Okay. Looks like he doesn't like it for whatever reason. Let's have a little drink. I'm sure one way or the other, people will do what they do always with early access and trailers. And overstate everything. I always bring up examples. When the Kai first came out, people were saying he was going to be competitive. When the little Snotlin pump wagons came out, everyone said they were broken, way too cheap, and too good for what they did. And the game was released, and they're never picked. Yeah? So, take everything with a grain of salt until like a month in to a DLC drop-in. That's just my advice, people. Yeah, I like people getting hyped, and you know, it always brings up fun arguments and discussions. But yeah, no one actually knows what the game's going to be like yet, so I wouldn't worry too much, guys. I know CA have been a bit slow to balance stuff recently, but that's because they're working on Total Warhammer 3. Lovely, beautiful little use of Arrows of Kurnos, taking out one of Taco's Organ Guns, and as an Organ Gun main, he's probably going to be a bit pissed off about that. He does have 5 still, though, and it looks like the Wood Elves, the best way to play this is probably try to kite. I mean, he needs to take out the Gyro Bomber, but what Taco's going to do, rather cleverly here, there's no nets, so he's going to be able to juke. Taco's got the micro to pull that off. If you come over your Great Eagle and your Forest Dragon to shut us down, I'm going to fall back to the double Organ Gunner range, and we will obliterate you just into puffs of bloody clouds of air and all that kind of nasty stuff will happen. Bugman Rangers getting a little over-adventurous here, going after those War Dancers, doing some nice damage, but baiting in the Great Eagle and the Forest Dragon. Organ Gunners will be able to switch fire, and likewise the Gyro Bomber has a really powerful gun on the front with, it does a lot of AP as well, so that can be really useful on the enemy. I believe it's the Regiment Round Anti-Large. Maybe not, but either way it does good work, and you can see that poor little Great Eagle taking a bit of a pounding. Bugman Rangers are being forced back at the moment. Once again, they are going to turn to shoot and engage. These guys have regen because they're drinking glorious Bugman Brew, and that should keep them going relatively well in the skirmish phase here, while Dancers are being focus fired down. Orn Guns have mainly missed the Dragon. Just as I say that, Commentator's Curse kicks in. It looks like a little bit of damage has been done to these, but good juking so far by Neckbert, keeping out the way of the worst of the damage. Dryads are looking to try and find a home. Obviously want to be used to push into the back line. And the Glade Riders have emerged from the trees. There are Longbeards here. There are also Scalded Guard here. And no Slayers though, which could be a bit of a problem. Some of the Iron Drakes have pushed up into the front line, roasting the Eternal Guard, doing some nice damage to them. And the poor little Giant Bomber is just getting focused down by the Glade Guard of Hagbane Tips. And needs to retreat now. Obviously Taco's now trying to micro more stuff. It is slipping up a little bit and getting attacked right about now. The Way Watchers, as well as Deepwood Scouts, are falling back. Dwarf Warriors and Miners have been used to drag the Dryads out of position. Oath of Vengeance has been popped on them as well. And yeah, these guys probably going to get slaughtered now, but they have saved the Way Watchers and Deepwood Scouts, which is pretty pivotal, all things considered. Droiters vibing in the middle of the battlefield at the moment. Wild Rise have shut down the Organ Gun, and it looks like it's actually out of artillery pieces, and these guys can now just float over and deal with the Scalded Guard. They're doing a fantastic job of getting in that back line. Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips are slowly shutting down the second Organ Gun, and we have more Glade Riders waiting in the wings, and Thorgrim is slowly starting to get sniped now by the Way Watchers. Dryads actually beat back the Dwarf Warriors because of a lovely pendulum. The Elves balance of power heavily in their favour. This is a crazy game. Wild Riders swooping through. They've broken the Bugmans. They've broken the Iron Drakes. The Scalded Guard are in dangerous positions. The Giant Bomber as well is in a bit of a dire moment. Thorgrim Grudgebearer, Infeminate Foe popped on him. Summon surrounding him. Dragon and Eagle going for that character assassination attempt. I think he needs to focus on the Orn Guns first though, because now that Forest Dragon is a sitting target. The Elves are playing out of their skin here up against Taco's Dwarf Warriors. More Warriors though are pushing away around this flank, looking to shut down the enemy. Miners have been pinned in place by Dryads. And Thorgrim's morale was getting a little bit low there, but oh my god. Oh my god, those Organ Guns ripping that Forest Dragon several new holes in its body. And this Organ Gun being alive caused all kinds of problems, because I think the assassination attempt was a fair idea. But the Organ Gun, maybe it was the Organ Gun as well as the Scalded Guard there. I think the Scalded Guard might have done a ton of damage. Did do massive work to the Forest Dragon, who's just about managed to swoop out the way of the Organ Gun. I think the Eagle should disengage, chase the Giant Bomber. You get the Dragon to do a breath attack down on the Organ Gun, and then the Elves are still in a decent position. Deepwood Scouts and Way Watchers continue to rain in fire, though they are now being harassed by Dwarf Warriors. And poor little Thorgrim taking a bit of a pound in here. There's still a lot of Dwarf Warriors though. Longbeard Dwarf Warriors surrounding the King is certainly not easy to take down whatsoever. Big breath attack does come in, and it is aimed at Thorgrim Grudgebearer, doing some good work. Poor little Giant Bomber seems to be getting shut down here. Eagle will finish him off. I think that is the correct play here by Neckbert. Get that thing off the field, because bombs in the late game could be disastrous. Dragon does land on the Organ Guns, just doing a bit of a hit and run. Doesn't want to hang around too long with Longbeards with great weapons here, who are doing a decent job protecting. Thanes as well as Thorgrim chasing down the Dragon, but it gets into the air once more. Way Watchers still have 10 rounds of ammo. Just aim at Thorgrim, pour those shots in and finish him off. And it seems like Dryads do manage to beat Miners in the distance there. Melkos Mystify Miasma goes down on the Longbeards, going to be slowing them down, but that Orn Gun continues to fire. The Orn Gun main going strong, but the Wild Riders have now disengaged. If they can swoop up and around this flank and shut down the cannon, the Elves will be in an almost dominant position, so dominant that it's impossible no matter what Taco does. But as long as the Orn Gun lives, there is hope, because it has the ability to kill the Dragon. And if it kills the Dragon and then starts to kill the Way Watchers, for example, this is also going to be a very different game, because Thorgrim can kind of carry alongside his elite Longbeards and other such units. Glade Riders and Wild Riders flip around the flank. Longbeards tried to get here to save the day, but that Orn Gun's going to take a ton of burst damage right now. And a big breath attack does go down the line, roasting a load of his own horsemen, but likewise clipping at those Longbeards, doing some good work. Great Eagle is going to be swooping in as well. That Orn Gun is really getting kind of all of the limelight right now. Thorgrim Grudgebearer going down here. Great Eagle tag team with the Forest Dragon, who knew it was a match made in heaven. Droiter as well, coming in with those rear attacks, and Thorgrim is bloodied, surrounded, and being dragged down. Even as an arrow sticking out of one of his ears. The Dragon is getting a little bit of vengeance there, but was this a mistake? Because the Dragon has taken massive damage. The Wild Riders have been forced off. Dragon's been forced off. Glade Riders are being forced off. And Thorgrim may yet live. may yet live. Malcolm's fire management is going down on him, trying to stop him from coming back to the fray. But the Gyro Bomber has come back. And Thorgrim, I believe, does have High King. So now he's below. Yeah, so now that he's below 50% health, all the dwarfs on the battlefield, again, plus immune psychology, charge bonus, base weapon damage, and melee attack. It looks like they broke anyway. Woo! Oh my god. That was just insane. I don't know what to say. That was insane. I mean, Nick, I think, was rightfully worried. He didn't think he could take down Taco. 1.3k on the Forest Dragon, 400 on the Great Eagle. Wild Riders were really key here. 1.3k, lovely flank overload coming in. Wave Watchers, 1,800 damage value. 1,000 on the Glade Guard. Just because you have down doesn't mean you can ignore these type of units. War Dancers did okay, all things considered. Wave Stalker, 1.2k damage value. Drycha doing okay herself. As for Taco, the Organ Guns, 29 damage value, but then 1,235 on the other. Gyro Bomber did good, 928 value. The other range units kind of faltered a little bit here, and the infantry just did not have enough punch to deal with cycle charging, which is a big problem for dwarves in general. Well played though, but the High King falls. Good luck in finals, GG. Good to see everyone, let the people know I'm hyped for trailers. So it looks like I guess it's Lizardman. Maybe Nekpa doesn't like Lizardman. And maybe Taco does. What's up, New for Life? How you going, bud? You have arrived just in time for arguably the greatest fin of all time. Oh, no, it's not Dire Mirror. Yeah, no Dire Mirror, so I'm upset, actually. I was about to say we got a Dire Mirror on our hands, but we do not. So, we're going to be moving on to the next round. I will update the scoreboard quickly here. So it is going to be the mighty... Oh god, who won the last game? No one's updated Challenge. Oh, I have such a bad memory today. I basically not slept, so my memory is like god-awful. It is god-awful. I'm the only thin stand between the public and a dwarf mirror. Oh no. I believe it's Beaumont, right? Vicious Kebab took us out and he was Skaven. So it should be Beaumont. I'm just going to update challenge for the guys. Oh, it looks like that's already been done. Cool. Yeah, Thorgrim's pretty meh for the price. I think he's good in a few niche matchups. That is not one of them. That is not one of them. So, we will change name on the right-hand side to Beaumont. He wants more bows. But I'm afraid he shall not get them. And here we go. We shall select the map. The map shall be... Dun dun. Dun dun. Let's go... Valley of Thieves. Gonna be wild. Very well played. With that Wood Elf build. Against a tough opponent as well. I know Taka doesn't play Dowie, I don't think at all. But he is still like... It doesn't matter what you give him. I could give Taka like the trashiest build in the world and he probably stomps me still 9 times out of 10. Because his micro is that good. But here we go, guys. It's the final showdown. It's the final. It's been a very quick tournament. We have rowed through this at lightning pace. Massive shout out to everyone who's been playing today because you guys have been on it. You guys have been like just straight away, I'm in, game goes. Nice clean game, no problems, and then straight on to the next one. It's been really fun. I will say, it's been really nice. So, we'll the final, then we'll do a reaction to both the trailers live on stream. And we can discuss it all while we'll talk about it, go through all the news everyone dropped. And, I'll give my thoughts as a Lizardman main with a Lizardman DLC. I'm glad it's not a Dowie final. I think he may have struggled just because the double cannon beats double organ gun. At long range, I mean, it's going to be hard to get into range. But you had a Gyro Bomber, actually, which would be amazing here. I don't know, man. Maybe you could have pulled it off, actually. I certainly think, actually, it would have been pretty even. So we've obviously just seen this Wood Elf build, so I'm not going to go over it in too much detail. But yeah, Forest Dragon, Great Eagle, the Dream Bromance, which performed really good shutting down the opponent's back line. But the Glade Riders, Wild Riders were real kind of MVPs. We have a Waystalker, Drycha, Way Watchers, Deeper Scouts, Glade Guard, Tunnel Guard, Dryads, and War Dancers. So all that juicy stuff. As for the Dwarfs, they're going to be taking a very defensive position here. We have Double Cannon, Giant Slayers, Iron Drakes or Trollhammer Torpedoes, double basic Iron Drakes. We have Dwarf Warriors, Hammerers, as well as, I believe, Iron Breakers somewhere, with Master Engineer and Belgar Iron Hammer. Now, one big problem, yeah, we've got the Iron Breakers there. One big problem I think the Wood Elves are going to have here is in that last game, Taco had Longbeards with great weapons to protect his back line, because that's all he had, right? It's an Autogen army, didn't get given any Slayers, which is a little bit rough, and I have to protect them with Longbeards. Longbeards will hold, right? But cavalry will run past them, kill the enemy, and so forth. It's a different story of Giant Slayers. If they catch Wild Riders, the Wild Riders are dead. Wood Elf cavalry is very glass cannon. Giant Slayers do horrific damage to large troops. Everyone's gangster till the Eagles show up. Oh my god. Yeah, GG's. That was a great game. That was honestly an amazing game. The Dwarfs in the usual, cowering in the corner before the Might and the Glorious Wood Elves. I actually secretly love. Actually, I really like both these factions lore-wise. Dwarfs again, what else can I desire? Gonna like have fun. I mean, you've done it once, it's good practice, right? Just do it again. So this is the War of Vengeance right now. Can the Dwarfs of Bowmore avenge Taco's Dwarfs and still claim victory? Because, I mean, if the Dwarfs win, everyone who played Dwarfs in the tournament basically gets a win, right? I feel that's how it should work. Looks like the lads are ready. And away we go. Cannons will be moving up to take some pot shots. Now, what do you want to shoot if you're the cannons? Probably that big, fat, annoying Forest Dragon. The Great Eagle won't do too much damage. It's frustrating and can shut down your back line. But yeah, getting rid of the Forest Dragon, getting rid of the Wild Riders, getting rid of all the cavalry would be quite nice. Arrows of Kernos is going to come in, and it does not take away a cannon. I think Bowmore actually took these guys off the artillery piece briefly and shut them back on, so it may be aimed for the people rather than the pieces themselves. Cannons are now singing, launching shots in, and they completely miss. Perhaps still been a bit rattled from that Arrows of Kernos coming in. I will give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think the other cannon completely missed as well. So, ugh, Dwarf artillery, maybe not what it once was back in the good old days. Cannons are going to be switching targets, going after the Wild Riders. A really good target. You can see that's already dropped 6 models with that one volley there. And the second shot comes in. Oh my god! 10 models down. Wild Riders taking a bit of a beating on the approach, which is, of course, what the Dwarf player 100% wants to happen. On this far flank, Deepwood Scouts and Way Watchers are lining up. Way Watchers are going to be huge because they can take down the heavily armoured units. And look at these Iron Drakes. One volley. Not so many models yet, but that is a chunk of a health down, almost a third gone. And yeah, they need to fall back as quickly as possible. Way Watchers are going to be quite key to winning this game, I think, if the Wood Elves do indeed pull it off. Blade Riders army going all the way around the flank, which is completely fine. And they're just simply going to shoot the Giant Slayers, I think, for the most part. Cavalry is also looking to swan around this side, but Wild Riders, my god, have taken a pounding on the approach. The main battle line of the Wood Elves might not even want to advance here. Just shoot with the Way Watchers and tie down the enemy, but if you do that, you kind of want to keep these units a bit more safe and not have them too close to the enemy whatsoever. More cannon shots are coming, aiming for that Forest Dragon, and it actually connects this time with the back. I love the idea of the Glade Riders hunting down those Giant Slayers. Another Arrows of Kernos does come in on the cannon, but once again, Bowmore's micromanagement, beautiful here. Takes them off the cannon, then pops them back on, so no cannons are lost in the making of this movie. Deepwood Scouts and Way Watchers focus firing down. It would seem the Dwarf Warriors are great weapons, not a bad target, that they can no longer deal with the Iron Drakes, who've decided instead to float out to this left-hand side and push up aggressively to the front line. And it looks like the Dwarf Warriors are going to receive the charge, won't make too much problems for them. Ironbreakers get some good blasting charges off, and now the miners will stop to engage. Way Watchers focusing down the Ironbreakers is a good use of their time because it's one of their few units who can actually deal with that armour. Glade Riders still peppering down the Giant Slayers, and we are going to see the first fiery ring come down, this time misplayed by Bowmore, trying to drag the War Lancers into it, but he played it too early, and instead the Dwarf Warriors actually take a bit of the punishment. We could see Belgar coming in and swooping in here to help out his brothers, because this is going to be a little bit of a tough fight. In the front line, Iron Drakes roasting Dryads. Oh, that's that glorious. It burns better than any other kindling. Dryads are getting roasted there, although the Ironbreaks are taking a bit of a hammering. One of the cannons is starting to get shut down. Giant Slayers tried to get there, but that sneaky Dragon and Eagle pop back up into the air. There's a lot of cavalry now floating around this side, though some Iron Drakes are here to support, and we have the Hammers in the back line. War Dancers carving their way through the Dwarf Warriors of Great Weapons. Despite the Mighty Oathstone being popped, they've managed to break them, and Belegar is now isolated and alone over there. Second unit of Iron Drakes is now being finished off. The Forest Dragon is popping down, doing some good work on them, and the Weight Watchers are still safe, and the Deepwood Scouts, and I think the battle is slightly favouring the Wood Elves, guys. I think it is. Maybe we've broken the meta. Wood Elves, who knew? You just needed to bring a Forest Dragon and a Great Eagle to a fight to beat Dwarfs. Glade Riders and Wild Riders will be recharging some miners. No, Bowmore shall turn to stabilise, and one of those poor little Glade Riders seems to have got himself in a pickle. A lot of Tzeentch Chargers do come down doing some nice damage, but the Dragon is taking huge punishment. Those Iron Drakes, as well as the cannon, doing massive work on the Dragon, and all of a sudden the balanced power goes straight back to the middle because this Dragon is so key. It comes on with breath attacks, it hits like a truck, and will certainly be able to do with Belegar, but no more. He has no healing. The Master Engineer can turn and engage. We're going to be seeing a fat burning head go down on the hammers, or pendulum I should say, but it is missed, or I should say dodged by Bowmore. He's played pretty good so far this game. Wild Riders are now dealt with, so just as I said, I thought the Wood Elves were in the ascendancy. What do? I go and curse the Wood Elf kind, and now the Dwarfs seem to be in control. Weight Watchers and Deepwood Scouts getting some lovely damage here, killing that cannon. The other one as well is being forced off. Glade Riders or Hagbane Tips moving into combat on these guys to shatter them would be a glorious sight. However, the Wood Elves are looking rather tattered on the ground, particularly without their Dragon. We have some Dryads back here, but that magic damage is going to mean they're not going to do too much. Drycha is beating back some Iron Drakes, which is a good all-round for her. But 1v1 with Belegar, with that magic damage, I think she might struggle quite badly. A Atomic Guard are going to be used to block in the miners, allowing the Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips and Waystalker to escape. Lovely fire does come down on those Way Watchers, and this time a lovely rune goes down on the Glade Guard. We do have the Dryad Summon, which was used in the back pocket here, and they're actually going after the Ironbreakers, so the Ironbreakers have to turn their backs, and now the Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips can shoot them in the rear, so that Bronze Shield isn't going to do anything. For those who don't know, shields only work if you're being shot in the front, of course, because that's where you hold your shield up. There are still 72 Hammerers, which is a bit scary, and the Way Watchers, only 4 ammunition left. They need to pick and choose their targets really carefully. It seems like they're going after the Trollhammer Torpedoes, which I think would be the best target if the Dragon was still alive and healthy, but now he's dealt with, it might be better trying to finish off those Hammerers, and they'll use the Deepwood Scouts to beat back the Giant Slayers. The Great Eagle is still flying. Glade Riders ride through the fire and the flames, alongside some Wild Riders to shut down this unit of Iron Drakes. Such a good game by both these guys, but those Dryad Summon has been dealt with, and Drycha is alone. 1 Iron Drake, just 1 rallies. He's not scared, and he actually starts roasting fire in, breaking the Eternal Guard. What a Chad! What a hero! This actually happened in a game I cast the other day between Grombrindle and Void. We had 1 Iron Drake standing and fighting. Drycha is finished. She's slaughtered for her hubris for thinking she can take on such a legendary dwarvish warrior as Belegar Ironhammer. And it looks like the Elves' luck, may have run out. Great Eagle is still here, but it doesn't have quite the same punch as a Dragon cycle charging. Glade Riders do manage to hunt down Trollhammer Torpedoes, though their brothers, the regular Iron Drakes, seem that they want to get a bit of Dowie vengeance on them and start bathing these horses in fire. And from my personal experience, when you set horses on fire, they're not big fans of it, and they like to run away from it. Way Watchers and Deepwood Scouts look to be applying pressure to Giant Slayers here. I mean, honestly, engaging them in hand-to-hand is not the worst. They don't have much armor. You can at least hurt them back, and we have seen all the ammunition used up here. Really lovely Way Watcher play, though. 1,800 damage value and silver chevron here. The Waystalker is focus firing down the Master Engineer rather effectively here, who is in turn shooting Drycha. We have a little bit of a love triangle going on, it would seem. Great Eagle is flying high in the skies. Looks like the lads were just saying good luck, have fun, but the Dwarfs now outnumber the Elves. Whenever Dwarfs outnumber you, you know you're not having good times. Oh yeah, man, Wenger, I agree. He hit those cav pretty hard. People say undead are broken with leadership. Yeah, but come on, he's a cool guy. I think he's gone now, but he'd probably gone home happier. I reckon Belegar just sent him home like, mate, you've done enough, go home, rest. Bellegarde Hammer once again chases Dzeentch's booty. He does have a fin for her, it would seem. But she's going to be saying, nope, not sorry, sorry. And then she comes back, actually. Hey, I'm all about Bellegarde now. Mighty Oathstone is popped. He's chucked that Oathstone down on the ground. He ain't moving anywhere. He's standing and fighting to the death. Blade Riders coming in for a desperate assassination attempt on Bellegarde. Even the Great Eagle is involved, but blasting charges and hammerers answer the call of war. Ironbreakers up to 27 kills. The hammerers 63. Whew. And we have our winner. We have our winner. Now, this isn't the end of the stream, guys. Just a heads up. So don't worry there. But the tournament is over. Bowmore, you are the king. You are Tzeentch's chosen and favourite child. And you put up a fantastic display, man. Bellegarde, 1,000 damage value, 1,000 on the Master Engineer. And yeah, across the board, not the biggest damage value in many of the units. Giant Slayer's 981, but the range ground down the enemy. 1,000 damage value here, 883, 1,760 on the cannons. Neckbert did what he could. Dzeentch performed relatively admirably, 623 damage value. Once again, his Waystalker was performing well, 929 damage value. The infantry just really fared quite poorly for him. Waywatchers, though, nearly 2,000 damage value. Deepwood Scout, 750. Good use of cavalry for the majority of the battle. 1,111 damage value on a Great Eagle. Only 203 on the Forest Dragon. And yeah, keeping the dragon alive, I think, should have been a priority. But it's way easier to say than do, because you want to get involved, because you need it early on. But there's a lot the Dwarves can do to take it down. GG. He did move forward, like, you managed to get behind him, so I think the white line was fine. It was very close, but I did check it out early on. I think Dwarf leadership should have a condition called grumbling. They actually gain leadership because they're dying. Like, we don't like running. Yeah, we're going to look at the DLC trailers in just a second. I think it was all good. A little close, but you could sweep behind. He, like, kind of held the line a little bit. He pulled one unit out a little bit too close to the white line, but it lasted, like, for 10 seconds or so I'm not too worried about it. It was a good game either way. I don't think it would have made a difference, and, yeah. It wasn't, like, a deliberate thing or anything, clearly. Well done, lads. Really enjoyed the games. You played out of your skin. Both of you. Yeah, you guys both did really good there. Honestly, Neckbert coming in. Pulling some wild stuff out the bag. Pulling some wild stuff out the bag. So, just see if these guys have any more questions. If Neckbert wants us to look at it, I can do. Remember, if you want me to look at replay, I can. But, up to you. I think it was mostly fine. Yeah, well played both these guys. Toss those funny breads for the Dark God. Thank you, Blackthorn. You're always a true champion of the people. I really appreciate your support today. Yeah, give a thumbs up. But we're still going, lads. We've got more action yet. I'm so sweaty, so this reaction is going to look horrible. I'm going to set up my camera in just a second. And we're going to check out the stuff. We can look at it on stream. I mean, we can go for it. Give me 2 secs. We'll load replay. Yeah, I don't think it would have made much difference, but we can look at it on stream. So, let's load in and have a quick little look. Because we may replay this game, may not. I don't think it would have made much difference, personally. But again, we can always check, happy to. So here, there is definitely enough room. There's like a load of room to get around. But I don't know if the dwarfs go backwards from here. So they kind of form a line here. And the dwarfs do push out and he pulls back. But then he instantly like runs away again. And there's just so much free space to run into. But again, I mean, I think that's, like, fine. Honestly, he gets behind with the cavalry. There was, like, briefly, like, I would argue that he, like, couldn't get through and he fell back. And it lasted, like, 5 seconds and then he once again swooped around there. But I can understand that as well. So he did manage to get around with the cavalry, but there was briefly a few seconds. So... I'm just going to message Neckbert and Bowmore quickly. Yeah, he tried to block with the Slayers, but I think he was, like, attacking, you know? Which, if a battle happens on the edge of the white line, that's fine. But it looked like he was kind of, like, you know, going after that cavalry. I don't think he's trying to, like, hold the line. Like, he pushes out wide to, like, hold back the enemy. And then he's, like, bringing them back instantly as well. So he's, like, attacked outwards and then comes back. So he's not trying to defend the line. He's attacking something that's on the line, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if the enemy's on the line, you can go and get at them, you know? No, Neckbert's not overacting at all. He couldn't see on stream. That's perfectly fine for him to ask. He goes to attack with the Slayers, then falls back when you do. His cannons were in range, but not the ground troops. Yeah, it's one of those things again where it's like, hey, you can't white line camp and put troops there, but if your opponent just walks around the white line, of course you're allowed to, like, I mean, it happens for like 5 seconds. If they really want to replay, we can. I don't think it made any difference on the battle, personally. Like, at all. But I'll have a very brief look. And we can do it again. But again, I don't think that's going to make any difference to the outcome or the replay itself. Like, we'll see very briefly, like, the issue. So, the cannons obviously can shoot in the white line, which is perfectly fine. So, it's literally, they push them out. Still, like, to be honest, enough room that they could go around unharassed. And they're not being shot by anything. And now he has Iron Drakes pushing wide. I mean, I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like that's plenty of room for horses to get through. Iron Drakes are pushing over now. And they're going to be able to shoot here, but their range is not going to take them all the way to this point. And so, here we go. So this is the Giant Slayers pushing out now. This is what we're looking out for. Iron Drakes pushing up as well. Looking to try and shoot the Glade Riders, but then they fall back. Giant Slayers still vibing. Still just vibing. Now they're running away. So I think at this point, like, everything's fine. Because technically, if we do, you can't attack the white line. These Iron Drakes now can't even walk over and attack these Glade Riders. They're like an impossible to attack unit, you know? Oh no! Yeah. I feel like the Cav could have got there. Yeah, no, Nick, but it's fine. It's fine. Like, at one point, the Slayers, like, push out briefly, and then instantly run back. The Iron Drakes are fine range-wise, though. Like, the Iron Drakes are perfectly fine to shoot whatever they shot. And the Cav, honestly, did have room to go round. I think it is borderline, and which is why I hate some of the rules, because they are so borderline. No, CJ, he's not overreacting. He's perfectly allowed to ask for the rules. I do it all the time as well. He's perfectly fine. The problem is people say there's no grey rules. Trust me, as someone who's had to host tournaments, it is a nightmare. A literal nightmare, the current rule set. Because there is a horrific amount of grey areas. Though they've done a really good job on them. I'm not, like, knocking the rules at all. But yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, we can get Bowmore Neckbird back in here if they want. If you guys do want to do the game, I'm happy to replay it. I think, like, overall, it made zero impact on the battle. Is why that I'm not, like, too fussed to replay it. But honestly, if you guys want to, Neckbird, you're definitely in the right there. That's fine. He did push those Slayers out a little bit. So we can go again. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you really want to play it again, Neckbird, that's fine, and we can do it. But like, yeah, I think the cavalry got in behind anyway. The Slayers pushed too close to white line briefly. You sure? Okay, man. Well, thank you for playing, man. You honestly had a really good tournament. Like, if that was like for a load of money, then I mean, yeah, you could replay, I guess. I mean, it's very borderline. But man, well played, Neckbird. You played a fantastic game. Good job on taking out Taco as well. But thank yourself for being chill, and you're 100% in your right to go over that as well. So I'm putting that out there now. Yeah, no worries, man. So if you really want it, yeah, we could replay it. I think if this was like the final of a tournament, Neckbird, we could play it. But yeah, it did not impact the actual battle, which is why I don't want to replay it now. But of course, if you're in a tournament and stuff, then you want it to replay regardless of if it impacted or not. So, what we're going to do now is find out where these fins are. Where are you hiding? So, hopefully they're on YouTube. Total War. Oh, that's a bit of a spoiler with their blooming trailers. So we're going to go after the Silence and Fury DLC first. Let's get rid of this advert, and then I'll put on my camera and we'll do a little reaction. The cannons are really good today. The cannons are really good. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pumped, guys. I am pretty damn pumped. So, what I'm gonna do is open some stuff up, which hopefully you'll be able to see. Boop. Oh god, looks like there's an advert. And let's put this a little bit bigger. So there we go. Let's get my face in here. Oh, no, I'm hidden. Oh my god. It's so dark in here. Let's turn on some light. Sorry about the way, guys. Normally, obviously, do the stuff off stream. Let's try and get me as big as possible. Boom! Cool! This is a weird setup. A very weird setup. You guys are basically going to see me make a video live here. Bam! Cool! Can everyone see that? Can everyone see? Let me know. Let me know. Let me get this started. Get this started. I might even do a little intro because this is going to be turned into video. Let's make that a little bit... Oh, God. I have so many fins on the screen, it's hard to capture them all. Let's go to the browser. So let me know if you guys can see and we'll get into this. Return just in time. Darkness is also the weeb. Liz is not looking so good in trailer. I don't care, man. I do not care. I just want to see Lizardmen stuff. I'm just so happy to get Lizardmen. So you can see, it's good. Yes! Okay, let's get hyped. So guys, if you're watching this on video, this is from a live stream. We're going to be reacting to the new DLCs. I'm a Lizardman main. I am very, very excited. And this one was called something. It was called Total War Warhammer 2, The Silence and the Fury DLC. We're horribly sweaty. The line's not set up properly. But I just can't wait any longer. This trailer came out as I started my stream. We've been waiting like 2 hours to get to it. And we're just going to hop in here and have a good fun time. And then we're going to chat with it with chat as well. We'll do this reaction trailer. Then we'll do the next one. And so on and so on. So, without further ado, let's make sure the sound's good. Excited. Ooh, so I know it's Beastmen, Lizardmen. That's the one thing I know. Warhammer. Their logo is pretty cool now, by the way. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, this is looking rough. Is that the boy? Is that the Legendary Lord Skink? Chameleon Skink? He's like OP as hell, by the way, in lore. He goes into like the Chaos Wastes and just... The Chaos gets so wound up by him, they end up just kicking him out. Because they can't kill him. Oh, little skinkies. Okay, this is the Beastman trailer it seems. Oh, there's the big boy. That is a big boy. Ooh, okay, okay. So he's seen the carnage and now he's hunting down enemy. There's a lot of dead Saurus outside that cave. No! You can't just show that. No! What? What? That was a tease. That was a little tease. So, we have no information on new units, it would seem. I will check in just a second because often with these trailers, they accompany them with stuff where it says like, oh, hey, look, we have this units as well that are going to be coming in, these game mechanics and so forth, but I'm expecting a full trailer. This is kind of like a build-up to the trailer. Full trailer probably next week. I'm guessing Thursday because they like dropping trailers on Thursdays. Very excited to get the Chameleon Skink Legendary Lord. 100% I feel like people are going to overreact here because people hate chameleons, though if you know how to deal with them, they're actually not that as powerful as people think. Just put cheap units of them, guys. It's good to go. It's good to go. But Legendary Lord version has potential to be very powerful. Also very weak, because you see a lot with these Skirmish Lords. Marcus Wolfheart, pretty good, very niche. Alifnar, less good, super niche, but can do wonders. So a Chameleon Skink skirmish character who has short range, yeah, that's going to be a little bit tough, I think, to manage, but he has the potential to be amazing. Now, with him coming in, I'm expecting certainly to see some more skirmish style play from Lizardmen, I guess. More skirmishers. The units that I know that we haven't got already, one Chakax, who's a legendary hero, and recently with DLCs they've been bringing legendary heroes to the forefront, so I'd love to see Chakax. Regiment Renowned Temple Guard, can slow down time, brokenly OP in lore. They'll obviously have to balance him for the tabletop and for the games, because Lizardmen characters in lore are just like, oh yeah, they snap their finger and they kill 5,000 armies, it's ridiculous. The Brass Bull, interesting design, not what I was expecting, but I kind of like it, honestly. You can see the little red mark here. So he's known as the Brass Bull because he's literally carved in brass. So we're going to get a large, angry creature who can do a ton of damage output and will have ridiculous amounts of armor. But in tabletop and in lore, he has a small hole here, right under his neck. And he was went on a bloody rampage one day. Chaos God's very impressed with such carnage. sent an emissary, right, to go like, hey, what's up, man? I'm here to bestow upon you some blessings. But Torx doesn't give a damn about none of that. He ate that messenger straight away. The Chaos God's not too happy by the fact he did this. Still granted him the power to have the brass body, Gillo and protection. But at the same time, they gave him the weakness for his like hubris. And I believe they made him constantly hungry. So he's always hungry. He's always looking for his next meal, which drives him to be super aggressive and all that good stuff. So for those watching this on live stream, chat, I've got you down here on my little phone. Boo boo, you guys are the real MVPs. Looks like you guys are chatting away right now. Quack quack, what's up, Logic? I will speak to you guys about all of this in the future, but first we're going to hop over to the second of the trailers as well, because I'm pretty excited for that. So let us load that one up quickly, because we had two today. I see we have a bucket ton of videos out by different people already, but that is fine. That is fine. So that got me pretty hyped. I was hoping to see a few more units, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It definitely was a teaser trailer, which I understand. Dropping 2 trailers in one day, it's probably going to be the way. So what we're going to do is change this one, properties. Boop. Hopefully that should switch, and we're in. Cool. Show me off. This is a corn trailer. Ah, angry blood everywhere. Oh, what is that? You've got a head like an alien. Yes. Oh, the big boy. The big boy. That hero looks amazing. The like red glowy armor. So some super warhorns. There was a weird chaos spawn in the background there. Oh, those look so rock and roll. Like bike cannons. Yeah, Kislev, you've had your moment in the sun. Scholars for the Skull Throne, yes. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that's another teaser. Didn't get too much info. Cool picture at the end as well. I'm a big fan of that picture. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. So we're going to pause that now. Woo! Okay. First trailer was better. Been out there now, because it has Lizardmen in. I'm a Lizardman main. I'm hugely biased. Corn looking good. Corn looking very good. The little biker guys look very nice. I like that they showed Kislev off now and they're giving Corn some love. I'm very excited for them to move on, and also to look at the other factions, the other demons, Cafe and so forth, which they're definitely going to do. We have a long time yet to turn Warhammer 3. I say long time, it's months, not years anymore, which is nice. Bike's looking very nice. I really enjoyed the models there for Khorne. The hero bloodletter, that head that kind of like swooped up and around gave me real alien vibes, but the red like glowing indents, yeah, that's a cool design. Khorne, a little bit one-dimensional, of course. There's so much you can do with them. They're red and they like blood and they glow a little bit. Those are kind of the things you can do with Khorne, but I think CA are mastering them rather nicely. Cool stuff. Honestly, both those trailers, pretty nice. Both real teasers. I don't mind this one being more of a teaser. The other one, I hope we get a full trailer in the next week or so. So I don't know if they've announced the dates for the DLCs. Have they put anything underneath? I'm just going to go back quickly, check the other one, and then I'll just hang out with you guys for a while. Oh, I see everyone dropping videos. I'm like, oh, I'm behind the times. Panic stations. So where are you? It's interesting that the Warhammer 2 trailer has way more views so far, but I guess it's more exciting than the other one at the moment. So I don't think they've dropped any information. Oh no, they have. They have. Okay, no, they haven't dropped like anything. They've just kind of said, well, these are the kind of stuff. This is what an in-game trailer is. This is what a cinematic trailer is, and all that kind of malarkey. Well, cool stuff. What did you guys think? Let's get some music going in the background. Blood for the blood god, indeed. Milk for the cornflakes. Seems like you guys were enjoying it. Beastmen going to be OP? I doubt it. Like, a lot of their factions will still be the same. I hope they're good. I don't mind Beastmen becoming a top tier faction for a while. People seem to hate this idea of factions becoming top tier. Someone's got to rule that, and if it's not one faction, it's another one, right? There's always going to be factions which are powerful, always factions which are going to be weak. If Beastmen happen to be powerful for a while, I am 100% all for that. 100%. They've been down in the dumps for so long. I'd much rather they be a nice balanced faction, kind of coming in that B tier or the A tier. But yeah, it's understandable. Like, you know, Beastmen players need some love too. You know, I wouldn't mind being quite good. Lisbon, the main thing I'm praying from this DLC is the other DLCs are really fun. You have some really cool units. You have your Kais, your Dredge Saurians, and so forth. Your Tehennawins. But we just never see any of them in competitive play. Barely any DLC units make it. The base units are just the best ones. So I'd really like to see, even if they have to neuter other units, which are currently really powerful, to allow other units to come into the game a bit more, I'd be all for as well. I'd be all for. I don't even mind if Lisbon, you know, moved down a couple of lists on people's tier lists and stuff. But tier lists don't actually mean anything secretly, by the way. Although I do them myself. But just saying, tier lists don't actually mean anything. They're just opinions. But yeah, that was pretty good fun. That was pretty damn good fun. I don't think CA pumping out teasers because Games Workshop told them to. It's a big event. It's a big event. They're doing the Skull Friends then. So it makes sense. Like, obviously Games Workshop like, hey, can you drop something? Because we're going to be releasing a load of news about all our games. But it's a definitely good move to drop these teasers by Total War as well. It's a huge event. All the eyes are on it of people who don't just play Total War, but all Warhammer events. So I think it's a smart idea to drop out teasers like this. But yeah. Yeah, we're going to get, what, 7 Legendary Lords? But a lot of our factions have similar, man. It was either going to be Lisbon or Dark Elves. I've been telling people for a while because they lacked some the number of DLCs of Skaven and High Elves. And Dark Elves got Rakarth, which I'm sure they'll be disappointed by. I have heard rumours, again, nothing confirmed, that Greenskins will be getting considerable nerfs as well in this DLC patch. But those rumours are just by people who I don't know if they have connections or not. So that would be nice as well. I'm interested to see how the balance changes, interested to see how the meta shifts after these have drops and come out. But yes, that was pretty interesting. Teaser's a little bit underwhelming. I agree to a point that they didn't show too much, but it's a teaser, right? So it makes sense. I'm just happy we're getting Oxotl, personally, and the Brass Ball. I think that's... I'm going to go speak to Geesehound right now. I'm going to go right now to DBD chat, say to Geesehound we're getting some Beastmen, baby. And he'll absolutely be loving that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was a really fun tournament. Massive shout out to all the players. Bowmore for winning. Neckbert for coming in a solid second place. And everyone who competed and tuned in. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe for more glorious Total War Warhammer action. And yeah, all that good stuff. If you want to support the channel, you can do. There are links down below to Patreon where you can do that. You also become members of the channel. And I have some exciting news coming over the next day or two where I can actually get you guys some money off probably these new DLCs, to be honest, and to Warhammer 3, all the Warhammer games. It's pretty cool stuff coming on the channel. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, peace, and as always, stay awesome.